Okay, so a ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. Then the bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here."
We are recording right now.
Oh, fuck!
Yes, we are back. We are alive. We are well, and we are the Microphone Joes. Thank you. Hold the applause. Thank you. NoRev, it's been a while since we have spoken to our dear audience.
Yes, it has. How's it going there, sweet internet?
How have you been?
Well, not too bad. We're here to give you guys a nice dosage of all kinds of nice content.
Just a bunch of bullshit from our mouths to your ears. So, we'll get the obvious out of the way first. It's been a long time since we recorded. We took a little bit of a break. Wasn't really sure what was going on, but we're back. So we're calling this the Microphone Joe's Reboot.
Yeah, the second of the reboots, because, we kind of did that one where we upgraded. But that wasn't really a reboot, was it?
It wasn't really a reboot, no, but...
It was an upgrade show.
Upgrade, yeah. So, real quick, we want to go over what kind of sweet content you can expect from us on a weekly basis. Obviously, the podcast that you are listening to now will be weekly.
As always.
Yep, we expect to have that out every Sunday for you. So, especially for you football fans, as you're going through your yearly state of depression, you can suffer with us, listening to us.
Not suffering because of us, but suffering with us.
I think they will be suffering because of us if they're listening.
Well,
I mean, we're basically cancer.
I don't know about that, but come on.
We also plan to do some other stuff. We're gonna upload weekly. I think we were talking about doing this on Tuesdays. We call it the Joe's Shit Show.
Oh, that one's gonna be a lot of fun. Basically, we're gonna watch a really, really shitty movie.
We're gonna subject ourselves to something so bad so that you don't have to. And
we're going to rate it based on how many beers it takes to be able to withstand that entire movie.
Yes. That way, if you do decide to watch this, you know how much alcohol you need. So, yeah, that'll be the Joe Shit Show. That will be Tuesdays. Wednesdays, we're going to have a bit of a surprise for you.
Yeah, we'll leave that one a surprise,
Yeah, we want to leave that one a little bit ambiguous.
Mystery.
Something special coming your way.
Just for you.
Just a tip. And then finally, we're going to do a live stream weekly. Twitch or what's the other one? Mixer, maybe? We're not really
Twitch and Mixer.
Yeah, it depends on which platform we use, because we both play on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. So it all depends on where we're at. Although we might want to just stick to Twitch, not be confusing.
Yeah,
something like that. We're still figuring this shit out.
Either way, be on the lookout for the Joe's Gaming Show.
Yep, the Joe's Gaming Show, and then we also plan to, after that, create a best of, if you will, how awful we do, the shit we say, stuff like that, and then we'll upload that to YouTube as a video only, so that won't be any audio.
Correct.
So yeah, that's the reboot. That's what we plan to do going forward, and we hope that you'll be along for the ride.
Hopefully you guys actually enjoy some of the crap that we put out, too.
Yeah, we are not professional at this at all. We're kind of half-assing everything we do.
Come on, man. You're not supposed to say that online.
I thought we were supposed to be, honest with people.
I guess, but is there a certain extent of honesty?
We are really professional at this. We have a studio. It is incredible. We paid a lot of money for this blanket that's thrown over us.
Yeah, we're kind of sitting here with a blanket hovered over us. All for the sake of the love of the fans.
All for you, dear listener. All for you.
So you can hear the sweet, silky sound of our voices.
And now that the creep is over, how about we just jump right into some news topics?
All right, yeah. So we're going to start off talking about some news. We scour the internet, find some shit that we think is interesting, neat, or just weird, and then we'll talk about it to each other, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Fox News, eat your heart out.
You are fake news. I should get a soundbite to put right there.
Yeah.
We're still figuring this out.
By the way, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to, get a hold of us on any of our
definitely. We want to hear comments. Tell us if we're doing well, or obviously if it sounds like shit. Tell us. So, without further ado, the first news topic that we found was that Japan, and leave it to the Japanese, wants to make video games an Olympic sport starting in 2024. There's a whole article here from Rolling Stone, which I think that's really weird that Rolling Stone is talking about this.
Yeah, you would figure it would have been like a gaming magazine or something.
Rolling Stone. So yeah, the Japanese are trying to make it an official professional sport for the Olympics. What I found interesting in the article is though that it is illegal to be paid for video game tournaments in Japan.
What?
Yeah, so...
Of all places, Japan?
Yeah, but so they want to... so it says they have workarounds for that, but it just seems weird that the country that it is illegal to do that wants to make it professional for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
That's really odd.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if this actually passes, I wonder what game they're going to do.
Probably Overwatch.
Well, I was thinking Overwatch because they already have a league that's forming in the U.S. and it could very well just spread.
Or like
this isn't the first bit of gaming or video game league that's out there, though.
No, I mean, fuck, ESPN has
gaming
has
leagues.
esports, and I put that in air quotes. I'm a big gamer. I think esports is a crock of bullshit.
Yeah. And honestly, if I ever knew back when I was a kid that you could get paid to play video games, you would have never seen me outside. Ever.
Oh, hell no. Well, you ever seen these guys? They're never outside.
Well, that's
what I'm saying, though. Could you imagine tuning into NBC during the Olympics? You know, you got all the flags and you got all the athletes heading out to light the torch or whatever the fuck
celebrate
happens.
unity and country.
I don't really watch the Olympics.
Sportsmanship.
And then you got all these little fat kids that have never seen the sun, and they're out there representing America.
That'd be kind of like if a bowler was to go to the Olympics.
All I'm saying is that just reinforces the American stereotype that we're fat and stupid.
Yeah.
And that we don't do anything. Like, please, don't do this.
Yeah, we're already waist deep. Oh, actually, at this point, neck deep in stereotypes. So,
yeah. I mean, what would they even give you a medal? I feel like it'd be like, oh, here's some Bitcoin or something. You know, I don't know. What would you give somebody for that?
Online credits.
Hey, you get a loot box. You get a loot box, and you get a loot box.
Everybody gets a loot box.
What's interesting though is while reading that, I found another Rolling Stone article linked to it where the president of the Olympics said that they couldn't make it a sport, Olympic sport, unless it was not violent.
Oh, so the game can't be violent?
The game can't be violent.
So what are they going to do, play Mario?
They're going to... Well, okay, so here's how it's going to go. Here's how it's going to go. You're going to tune in and you're going to watch the U.S. basketball team. Mm-hmm. And then after that's over, you're going to watch the U.S. esports team play NBA 2K18.
It would be really, really, really sad if the NBA 2K18 would be more entertaining.
Well, this is the thing, though. Isn't there fencing and boxing in the Olympics?
Yeah, there used to be.
So, it's not anymore?
I think boxing is still in fencing.
Hey, what do you do in boxing?
Oh, yeah, you fight and you hit people.
You
and
beat
you
the shit out of each other.
Martial arts.
Yeah, there you go. So this is just a crock of shit. I mean, I'm not advocating Olympic video gaming, but...
at least make it interesting.
So it also said that currently a lot of the top esports games are either fighters or first-person shooters. The latter is not exactly in line with the game's initiative of bringing the world's countries together for a week of celebration and sport. Isn't there target shooting in the Olympics?
Yep.
So there's actual guns.
Yep.
At the Olympics, but
and archery.
And archery, but we can't have
first person or
fake guns, digital guns.
No, apparently not.
What the fuck?
That just goes to the mediocrity and hypocriticalness of the society nowadays, though.
The Olympics in general. I mean, people have known they're corrupt for years, but yeah. So that was basically all on that. Kind of strange that they want to make video games a sport.
So I'm going to use that to piggyback onto my next one. I think we actually touched or mentioned this a little bit in that last little bit of news topic, but Overwatch League, is that doomed to fail from the start?
I've never played Overwatch. I know it's a big deal. A lot of people are into it. I just don't have a lot of appeal to me personally.
Yeah, no. And I don't think that... Because I've played Overwatch a couple of times, and basically the gist of it is it's basically a first-person shooter, a little more cartoony, but a lot of it is the same thing. You just you do different objectives. You know what I mean? So, is there enough difference in objectives that you're gonna stay interested? Which I don't think so.
I mean, people watch other people play real-time strategy games, and that's resource collecting and building a base. So if the people watch that, I'm sure they're going to watch Overwatch.
If fidget spinners are a thing, I'm sure this will.
That
will
was
be fine.
That was a big thing. You know, it's funny you say that. I was I was in a store. And the lady literally tried to give me an entire box of fidget spinners. She's like, I can't fucking get rid of these.
I wonder why.
And I just told her, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that lady. I want nothing to do with that.
They are spawns of Satan.
Oh, my God, they're terrible. So the other thing we were going to talk about, not really news, I just wanted to ask your opinion. You know, we're going to talk this week about Last Jedi. And the next Star Wars movie on the slate is the Han Solo movie. Mm-hmm. And that comes out May 25th. And we have seen nothing.
Missed opportunity there, if you ask me. They should have done it on May the 4th.
Of course they should have. We've seen nothing. So the trailer's got to come out soon. I thought it was going to come out during the wild card games for the NFL because it's on ESPN, and ESPN's owned by Disney.
Right.
So at least for me, I see the trailer coming out either during the Super Bowl or Black Panther. What do you think about that? Which one? I would put it during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably going to drop the first one during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
However, that's the other thing too, though, is because you got all sorts of other movies coming out, and they're probably going to drop their trailers during the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah, but if this is Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars it's pretty much like a given fan base, so I would still go for Super Bowl.
I'm sure.
Mainly because I've been trying to keep up with a little bit of the Han Solo movie because it's one of the ones I'm actually interested in seeing for some reason.
Not interested in seeing it at all.
Well, yeah, either way. But I guess they just hit post-production, like, not even a couple months ago.
They fired the directors.
Halfway through, yeah.
They said they were like 90% done.
Oh, yeah.
But they were ad-libbing everything, and Disney didn't like it. So, and the other reports were that Alden Ehrenreich, the actor who's playing Han Solo, can't act. I guess they had an acting coach on hand.
So why hire the dude if he can't act?
You think during the audition...
I can't act. Does that mean that they're going to hire me to do a Star Wars movie?
I mean, you're tall. Maybe you could be Vader. I mean, I guess if it's that easy to get an audition and get the part, where have I been with my life?
Yeah, and what the fuck why are we keep doing this?
Yeah, so I guess we're done with the Microphone Joe's podcast. We're going to try
pursue a career in acting.
Yeah, obviously you just got to act your way through.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. So the next one is EA's stock price or stock value was downgraded by Morgan Stanley. This is off the back. Yeah, this is off the back of. Nice job hitting the mic.
Yep, my bad. It's the blanket.
Yeah, it is the blanket. So this is off the back of obviously the Battlefront 2 loot box fiasco, and So a little background story on this. If you play video games, you probably know about loot boxes, how much they suck, and
bullshit.
And that EA tried to shove them into Battlefront 2. Basically, the entire progression system was
based
loot boxes.
yeah.
And Reddit went crazy. You don't fuck with Star Wars. No. And there's even governments getting involved. Hawaii and several other states. Belgium, country. And at one point, this got so bad that EA's value as a company, they lost, let me see, I'm trying to find it here. They lost, like, in stock price. So obviously not the actual can lose this money, but their stock value, hang on. They lost 8.5%, wiping out $3.1 billion in shareholder money.
That's a big hurt.
Yeah, that's the power of Star Wars, folks.
Yeah.
And so then you found the article about their downgrade, and we don't know anything about financials, but this is what Morgan Stanley is rating them now.
It went from 126 to 120. It was saying that Star Wars unit estimate from 13 MN in F3Q to 10 MN these lower unit expectations flow down to the bottom line.
Yeah, so we have no idea what a lot of that jargon means, but basically the lower sales for Battlefront 2 and the consumer backlash have really fucked with EA's stock price.
This isn't the only game that they've done this with either, so they're in a lot of hot water. It's
Well,
just
they've been
Star
doing
Wars was the tipping point.
Yeah, they've been doing this with their sports franchises for years.
Yeah.
And then they fucked with Star Wars.
You don't fuck with Star Wars.
No, you don't fuck with Star Wars.
Star Wars will bury you.
It basically, and Disney got involved in this too from reports because Battlefront EA took the loot boxes offline temporarily.
Yeah.
Basically because Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, called them and said, "You're giving us a lot of bad press before our movie comes out. Turn this shit off."
Yeah.
So I mean, EA is a huge company, but Disney dwarfs them. It's just insane. But
Disney is like the next reign of like.
they're gonna rule the world.
Oh yeah,
That's
easily.
what they're gonna do.
Which, I don't know unless you've been buried under a rock either, but this whole news about them buying out a majority of Fox's rights and stuff like that.
That's huge.
Huge news.
Yeah, I mean, that helps. That'll...
MCU.
I mean, even Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because the Fox had the distribution rights to the first 6 movies.
Oh, yeah.
And that was... I mean, we'll not get into that right now.
Yeah, that's a subject for another time.
Yeah. So then the last little bit of news was really interesting that you found, and go ahead, talk about that.
Oh, yeah. There's reports out there that's questioning if Fortnite, the game Fortnite, is basically a cartoony version of PUBG.
Yep.
But
Battle Royale.
Yep. They're basically wondering if it's secretly a cross-platform game because there's been reports of people that are in Xbox lobbies that are in their, playing the normal Xbox game, but they see PlayStation or people with PlayStation exclusive skins and everything else on their Xbox lobby. So that's gotten people to wonder if maybe Fortnite is secretly a cross-platform game.
Well, they would have to be secretly because PlayStation's made it really obvious that they want nothing to do with cross-platform.
Right, and if you remember, it was last year or something?
E3.
Yeah, E3 last year. They were trying to push for cross-platform gaming.
Xbox and Nintendo were.
Yeah.
And PlayStation came up with these bullshit reasons and...
basically, they're money-hungry and want
but I don't get it. I mean...
That would increase their...
I mean, the only reason that I would buy a PlayStation is to play, or an Xbox, if I picked one or the other, is for the exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
So if a game isn't exclusive, why not let people play with their friends?
Yeah, it's all part of the experience.
Yeah, nobody is going to go out, well, except I did this, but nobody's going to go out and buy a system just to play with their friends on the same system. Now I say that, but I bought it for Destiny 2, which was a horrible decision.
Yeah, but I did the same thing with the Xbox.
Yeah,
but I did that for Halo.
For Halo, that's
Halo
exclusive.
was,
yeah, and I only bought it because we have one friend that was just not going to play it on any other system. So, I mean, that's cool if Fortnite figured out a way to do that and get around it. Hopefully, if it is happening,
then the rest of the gaming community follows suit.
Yeah, but also I hope they don't get they don't PlayStation doesn't get involved and tell them to stop.
Yeah, because PlayStation, not only just PlayStation, but a lot of these bigger companies need to get their fingers out of the gaming community because they might distribute a lot of the stuff, but they have no idea. They don't have their pulse, their finger on the pulse. Of the gaming community.
It's just like EA. All they care about is the money.
Yeah,
and I get it. They're a business.
That's the point of a business, to make money. But you're going to make more money if you keep your damn hands out of it.
If you keep your customers happy.
Yeah.
And that's like EA, they want to have these loot boxes because it's a constant stream of money. But would it be better to sell more copies of the games than 99-cent loot boxes?
Yeah.
At least that's the way I look at it. Because, I mean, look, the original Battlefront 2, that came out 12 years ago.
Still a great game.
And it's on Steam, and it's still getting updates, and there's still several thousand concurrent players. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if there's several thousand concurrent players on this Battlefront.
No.
Like, I still play it. I liked it a lot.
Well, that's because that just goes to show you if you make a product the correct way and it's something that's going to withstand the test of time, then it will withstand the test of time.
Companies are all about instant gratification now. They're not thinking about
duration.
Yeah, but I mean, it's totally a viable way to make money. So, I think that pretty much covers all of our news, everything we wanted to talk about. You got any other closing thoughts before we get into our main topic for this week?
No, I think we should be good. So let's awkwardly transition into our main topic is we're talking about The Last Jedi, folks.
Yep.
You knew it. You love it. You want some more of it.
That's Star Wars. Everyone wants more Star Wars.
And if you don't, then you ain't no friend of mine.
You're a communist.
Yeah.
Like the bad kind, like the Joseph Stalin kind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Last Jedi. So, not, full disclosure, both of us.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that too. We try to not spoil things, but we end up spoiling everything.
Yeah, like we said, we're no good at actually podcasting, so...
No, we suck at this.
We'll try something, but most of the time it falls through.
Yeah. So, we're both huge Star Wars fans.
Yes.
And when I say that, I mean we are the kind of guys that read all the books.
Yep.
Comics.
Watch all the cartoons.
And we watch the children's cartoons, and we are both well into our 20s, nearly 30.
Yeah. And still into toys and comics and...
Well, I don't own any. I own all those Pops. I am
Though
addicted.
they're technically toys.
I'm addicted to the Pops.
Are they toys or collectibles? Is there a difference?
I think they're toys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're toys.
Yeah, they're toys.
Grown man and their toys.
Yep, that's me.
Anyway,
yep. So yeah, Last Jedi, Episode 8. Picking up where The Force Awakens left off. And what did you think?
I really liked some of the new Force powers that they added.
Yeah. I liked Force Skype. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was yeah.
I was really confused when it first started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was, we've kind of seen something like this in the original trilogy. I think it was, what was it, Empire Strikes Back, after Luke falls down the...
Yeah, he gets a hold of
Cloud
Leia.
City, yeah.
He calls Leia up.
Yeah.
And Vader does it to him, too.
Yeah.
But I don't know...
That wasn't nearly as intense.
I don't know if they could... I don't think they could see each other, but also Luke was very untrained.
Yeah.
And Vader, we know, as powerful as he is kind of limited by his cybernetics. And they were a lot closer to each other, so they could just have like a mental connection. But in Star Wars Rebels, Yoda appears to Ezra in the temple. Remember that?
Yes, he does.
So Yoda did that. People are freaking out online, like, oh, how could they do this? Well, it's already established in the canon that you can do this.
Yeah. And I do like the fact that they brought Yoda back as the
puppet. That
was
so... but there you go, spoiler. Yeah, that was really cool. And a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was silly Yoda.
Yep. Yeah. Bopping Luke on the head again with his cane. But man, did you think it was kind of weird though that now he's a Force ghost? He seems more powerful with the Force.
I think it's a natural progression. I mean, Obi-Wan did say, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Yeah, that is true. So that basically means that once you actually converge with the Force after you die, then that means you get more powerful?
Yeah, I just think, because that's another complaint is, okay, well, if Yoda's that powerful, why doesn't he help? And I feel like there's probably... The Jedi live by rules.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of limitation.
Or rules. They just feel like they can't get involved. Now, if Darth Sidious, the Emperor, became a Force ghost, he'd be fucking with shit constantly.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the Jedi. They live by this ridiculous set of rules all the time, so who's to say they wouldn't die by a ridiculous set of rules, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, I can't talk. Page turners, they were not, he said. That was I thought that was funny.
She has everything she needs.
Yeah. She actually did steal the book.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time I watched it.
But it kind of makes you wonder, it's like, what's all really in there? Like, is that going to show her how to, remake a lightsaber? Or
yeah, because she has to make one now.
Yeah, because the old one got split in half.
Snapped in half. Unless, we still don't know where the green lightsaber is. Luke's green.
That's true.
What if...
But see, it did appear on his belt in his Force projection.
No, that was the blue one.
Was it?
Yeah, that was one of their little hints.
Oh, I thought that was the green one.
No, it was the blue one. I would like to see Rey make a lightsaber out of her staff that she fights with.
Have a dual wield like Maul did?
Or even just a really long handle with a lightsaber on the end of it. It's just something different.
Yeah.
We already got, I got Kylo's crossguard.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, I love that. Back to Battlefront, I think it's really cool if you play Heroes versus Villains.
Yeah.
They line up, and you see those really smooth, nice lightsabers that Vader and Maul have, and then his lights up, and it's just crackling, and it just is angry, and I love it. I love it so much. crap, I had something I was going to say, and I lost it.
Must not have been too important.
Probably not, or a lie, which I do quite often. And, a big complaint people had was Luke dying.
Yeah, but see, that just goes back to the whole Force Ghost thing. That's what I think. He's just going to appear in the next one as a Force Ghost.
Yeah, but, people are like, oh, he just died. Kylo Ren in the movie says that when they're connected, he says, are you doing this? And then, no, you can't be doing this because this would kill you. Mm-hmm. That was just two of them. And for a while, they couldn't even see what was going around. They could only see each other. Mm-hmm. So Snoke connected two of them. They can only see each other. Now, Luke could see and be seen by everybody and make physical contact with people.
Yeah. Not to mention the dice also.
Yeah, he had to bring the dice along with him.
What was the point of that?
I think it was just to make Leia feel better. And to fuck with Kylo in the end.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny, too, that he looked younger.
Yeah, he did.
I think Luke Skywalker's very vain.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Although there was that Matrix moment that was kind of cheesy.
I like when he brushed his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
are you done yet? Did you get him?
I think you got him or something like that. Hux became kind of a punchline in this movie.
Yeah, but I have a feeling he's definitely going to have a bigger role in the next one.
Yeah.
Because he does the space Nazi very well.
Oh, he does the space Nazi well. Actually, you know who was a really good space Nazi? Was Captain Kennedy of the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And you could tell he didn't like Hux. Because Hux is like, why aren't you shooting that ship down? He's like, it's too small and too close.
Yeah.
We should have scrambled our fighters. And under his breath, like, we should have done it 5 minutes ago. Fucking little prick. So, I liked, I thought Poe was good.
Yeah, Poe was good. Although, there was a couple of characters that didn't really make sense. That they should have, like, I forget her name there, but the one that took over...
Holdo?
Yeah. Is she the one with the purple hair?
Yeah.
That did the...
Yeah.
I didn't really get the point of her.
So...
Like, all of those scenes, Leia could have easily done.
Yeah, she could have, but I think it wasn't executed well. And the whole point of her was to... And so, this really irritates me. I keep hearing people talk about, this feminist agenda. Mm-hmm. No. It was all to make Poe... It's an arc for Poe.
Yeah, to make him a better leader.
He's a hotshot who can't look at the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to explain to him that there was another way of doing things. Now, it didn't make a lot of sense when you look at it realistically, because in a real situation, she would have told him the plan.
Yeah.
But they could have fixed that really easily by just later explaining that she thought there was a spy on the bridge or something. Mm-hmm. Or that she thought he was a spy.
Yeah.
But the whole point of her, and that whole story where she is just flying the ship to get to that planet and not trying to disable the tracker like he wants, is she sees the bigger picture. He doesn't. Mm-hmm. And it's him to have this arc where he becomes a better leader, because I think obviously Leia has to die.
Right.
There's no way around that at this point. I think Poe is going to become the leader of the Resistance. He's taking over for Leia.
Yeah.
So we have to get him to that point where he can make these kind of decisions. You know?
So that's a pretty big arc to have to.
Yeah, he has to get to that point. So,
I was kind of disappointed that they didn't kill off Leia, because obviously they have to, and they had plenty of opportunities.
They had a big opportunity. But.
Which was really cheesy.
Yeah, that was my least favorite part of the entire movie. I thought, honestly, when it happened, I thought, wow, that was a
touching moment.
It was a good choice to have her go like that.
And then here comes the cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's Animaniacs.
I wish we had some audio for the Superman theme song. I would totally play that right now. Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, that's Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I can't get my theme songs
Indiana
right.
Jones.
Oh, yeah, she did.
So shouldn't Kylo have been played by Shia LaBeouf then? Just do it!
God. Bag man.
Oh shit. That was weird.
I think that was the plant.
Yeah, background noise, ladies and gentlemen, background noise. Hopefully you can't hear that. Expectations. Did it meet your expectations?
It did. It met like 80% of my expectations.
What did it not meet?
Obviously the whole Leia dying.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, the movie had finished production when she died.
Right.
So...
It makes sense.
It's kind of I mean, they could have gone back and probably changed some things CGI, but Disney said they didn't want to digitally insert her. And then I don't really know how you could have changed it, because if she died there, then you lose that moment at the end where her and Luke are together.
Right.
I think that scene is why they didn't go back and kill her off. I think that's
makes
why.
sense,
because he wanted to have that moment where the two of them are together again.
Makes sense.
And I think Leia, Carrie Fisher had said at one time in an interview that 7 was Harrison Ford's movie, 8 was Mark Hamill's, and 9 was hers.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's not going to happen now. I think what you said is, I think Hamill will come back as a Force ghost and have a big part in helping Rey. What did you think about Rey's parentage?
Oh, the fact that she was a nobody.
She's a nobody.
Her parents were just like junkers
that sold her
for booze money. That's great. I loved it.
I do too.
The fact that you don't have to be part of this royal bloodline, and anybody can be super powerful in the Force.
And again, Snoke explains it. Kylo became powerful in the dark side. Mm-hmm. Something had to rise up
to be its equal.
To be his equal, yes. And I mean,
it's basically a yin and yang concept.
Yes. And I don't understand, why does she have to be related to somebody? Why is that such a big deal? Is it? It seems, I know this entire movie, every of them, they're unrealistic. Mm-hmm. Nothing is realistic about them. But it's even more unrealistic that everybody would be fucking related to each other.
Yeah.
In this massive galaxy, everybody is related.
Yeah, and it's just weird because it's like, all right, if you had to be part of a certain bloodline in order to be able to use the Force, how is it that the Jedi got started to begin with?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Back to, canon in general, before when it was Legends or what's called the EU now, or EU then, Legends now, and even Clone Wars showed it, that there's children all across the galaxy. Mm-hmm. The Jedi, for all intents and purposes, go and kidnap, and they become Jedi.
Yeah.
Anybody can be born with a higher,
Metachlorian
count. Sorry to bring that up. But yeah, you don't need to be... because if that were the case, there wouldn't be any Jedi since they weren't allowed to get married. Mm-hmm. Or, fuck in general.
Yeah.
So, I have a theory on why Jedi aren't allowed to do that.
Why?
You want to hear my theory?
Yeah.
So,
of course I do.
The Force can affect people's minds. Mm-hmm. No, let's call them normies, the people that can't touch the Force.
Okay.
Normies would never get laid. Think about it. If you could get fucked physically and mentally at the same time, would you ever fuck somebody that couldn't do that again? It'd be like fucking on ecstasy.
Whoa.
If the Jedi were allowed to fuck, nobody else would have sex with a normie ever again.
Yeah, that would be... Oh my god. Whoa.
That's why.
Think about that. You could, play with things with the Force and...
You could just do crazy shit to somebody's mind.
You could fuck somebody without actually fucking somebody.
You could. Well, I mean, that's no fun for you, but... Where do you jerk off with the Force?
Oh, I'm sure you could.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just put your hands behind your head and go.
Yeah, you're just sitting there,
You could be in a meeting at work.
And then just be like, ah! What's wrong?
You could be in a meeting at work with hot Karen sitting across from you.
And just start fiddling with her giblets?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Through the Force. Be like, hey, Karen. What?
This is why we will never, ever have the Force.
Yeah.
But it's also why I would definitely be a Sith Lord if I did have the Force. I bet you Sith Lords slay a lot of pussy.
Oh, they have to.
Sidious in his early days before the wrinkles, I'm sure he fucked a lot of bitches.
He was probably using that lightning to keep bitches off of him.
Oh!
Back, you hoes! Back! Psst.
Oh, Vader got some, too. Anybody that had a leather fetish.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure he burned his dick off, so he had to get some kind of prosthetic.
Well, that and anybody who hated sand.
Yes, they have. I'm sure his Tinder profile said I hate sand on it. Hate sand into choking. Oh, Vader's Tinder profile.
Oh, no. Okay, back on topic.
That's great.
Okay.
Expectations, that's what we were talking about here.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Rey and her lineage.
Did they meet your expectations?
Let's keep talking about that first. I thought when she had her Force vision in the cave, Or
Yeah, that was trippy.
Was it a cave? Or yeah.
Yeah.
Snapping thing? That was really weird. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I feel like that was just an excuse to use trippy visuals.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because it honestly did not make any sense towards the story at all.
No. I thought it was cool that they had the two shadows walk, and then I was just like, nope, it's you.
Yeah.
At first, honestly, I thought she was going to be like Anakin, just made by the Force.
Oh,
you know?
like a virgin birth
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. I thought for a second because they came together like that. And then, yeah, I mean, my expectations, they were met.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really... I listened to a lot of the theories and stuff, but I kind of always had this feeling that they were going to hit us with a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily Rey, but the big one that I never have listened to any Snoke theory because they all sucked was Snoke.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I really liked that they killed him off.
Yeah, it was definitely
It was unexpected.
Yeah, and it was definitely out of the norm from what we expect in Star Wars, and it's like a game changer.
Yeah, well, I like that Kylo is now
The leader,
the ultimate villain. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, we had Anakin / Vader, who was, you know, for all intents and purposes, the ultimate villain, but he always had a taskmaster.
Yeah.
Kylo doesn't. He's the fucking supreme leader now.
Yeah.
So I like that. I liked it a lot. And I like that Snoke obviously is powerful. I mean,
Yeah.
he just toyed with Rey. And it was his own arrogance that got him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't... I guess the Force doesn't let you exactly read someone's mind.
It just lets you get
Perceive,
yeah.
kind of. And he perceived correctly.
It was just about the wrong thing.
Yeah. And I thought his fucking facial expression when the blatant...
Yeah, the tongue hanging out and everything.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I liked that a lot. I thought it was cool to kill him off because I felt like that was Rian Johnson, the director, trolling everybody a little bit.
It probably was.
Yeah,
and
as soon as it happened, I thought to myself, oh, he's trolling us. All this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Also, I thought it was pretty cool too that they didn't go by what was expected of it.
Yeah, because it looked like it was going to be basically Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
and
they did a little more different.
It kind of was Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back.
A little bit, yeah.
Which is a good segue here. Where does it go from here?
That's a good question. I feel like they're going to get more into like like the new version of the Jedi. You know what I mean? Like, it won't actually be called the Jedi.
I think J.J. Abrams has got a really difficult task ahead of him.
Oh, yeah, following that movie up?
Oh, yeah. The other thing, too, they took a lot of risks with this movie.
Yeah, like the Canto Bite.
That one didn't work out as well.
No.
But I kind of wished that Rey would have joined Kylo.
Yeah, you could definitely see that, especially after he kills.
Oh my god, that fight!
They're back to back
against the Praetorian guards. That was one of the most badass lightsaber fights.
Dude, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Oh my god, the shit they were pulling, and it wasn't like the choreographed episode 1 through 3 stuff. It was like just brutal fighting, and the way Kylo killed that last one with it was so good.
Yeah,
but. Do you think Rey had the hots for him?
Oh, yeah.
I really got that impression.
Especially after that whole shirtless scene.
When she saw his swell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which has turned into...
a massive meme.
Yeah, meme
Oh,
central.
my God.
So
Kylo
ridiculous.
and his pecs.
I mean, is that really necessary?
I don't even know if it was the pecs. I think it was the Urkel pants he was wearing.
It went past his belly button.
What the fuck?
Those weren't even Urkel pants. That was like... grandpa pants.
What the fuck is that all about, you know? Dude,
like,
get a pair of jeans.
Like, obviously at this point, we're used to seeing the shirtless scenes and, like, stuff like this, because you see them all the time in
the only other
superhero
shirtless
movies.
scene that I can think of in Star Wars was Anakin in Episode 3.
Right, but I'm saying we see it all the time in superhero movies now, and we see it
you
in
gotta
all
show off
kinds
the
of
pecs.
stupid shit, right? So... you feel like because Disney owns it, they had to throw that in there for the ladies.
Maybe, yeah.
But
it did backfire a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that Adam Driver is not in good shape, but
he's in better shape than me.
Yeah, I mean,
is it really necessary?
His pecs are abnormally elongated.
Yeah.
Like downwards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of the same. It's along the same lines as. Did we really need to see Paul Rudd without a shirt?
Yeah, I did not need to see that.
Like, it's the same thing. It's just unnecessary. Just let us enjoy a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Without having.
I think they did that.
Meme bait.
I think that was a lot to do with the joke, though. Like Ray.
Oh yeah. Can you put a shirt on?
A towel or something? She said, or a cowl.
Yeah.
A cowl. Yeah.
Because Star Wars lingo.
Yeah. Well, that's what he has. And he's got his suit, and then I guess that's what a cowl is. It's like a little hood and cape. Which, by the way, we should bring capes back. I want to rock a cape.
I don't know.
We could do it. Hey, if any of you out there want to rock a cape with the Joes, hit us up. Fine, we'll figure this out.
I don't know, but you know what I think I'm going to start doing?
What's that?
Is I think I'm going to start making my own hoodies and stuff with messages in binary. Or in a number cipher.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Be like, Microphone Joe's all in binary down the sleeve.
Huh.
Yeah, shameless product placements.
Look at you already coming up with
ideas
cool
and stuff.
Cool
number
stuff.
ciphers be like on the front of the hoodie. It'd be like, no, seriously, go fuck yourself. But it's all in numbers.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So yeah, Star Wars going from here. We obviously have the Han Solo movie coming out. We still don't know what the next Star Wars story is going to be after Episode 9. We know Rian Johnson's doing his own trilogy, which I'm excited about because I think Rian Johnson did a really good job.
Yeah.
But there's been the rumors about the Obi-Wan movie, which I'm not crazy about that idea.
No. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't, or it kind of fell to the wayside as the Boba Fett movie.
Dear listeners, I am a huge Boba Fett fan. I love the Fett, and I think there's a lot of potential for a Fett movie.
Easily.
I've always envisioned a Fett movie as almost like a horror movie.
Yes.
I don't want a movie where it's all about Fett, because he doesn't talk. And we can't have a movie where a character never speaks. But I want a movie where it's almost always focusing on his prey and him hunting them.
Yeah. Almost like a Predator movie.
Yeah. How awesome would it be to follow 2 or 3 criminals or rebels that the Empire wants, something like that, and Fett constantly hunting. You could have other bounty hunters, and Fett kills them off. I mean, I feel like you could have this great, gritty, like shoot 'em up movie that way, and I want that so bad.
It would be. Another one too is, I don't know what happened. I think they were thinking about a video game or a series.
1313.
Yeah, where it's like the underground
Which was about Fett in his early years. Yeah, that got canceled. But that was when Disney bought, and it was in Lucasfilms, and they shut down Lucasfilms.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be the underbelly of Coruscant.
Level 1313. Yeah, it's one of the lower levels.
Basically, it was like a crime thriller.
So, I mean, if we're talking about potential future Star Wars movies, one of the ones that I think would be neat is a General Grievous movie.
Yes.
I think it'd be cool to see what he was like before becoming the cyborg.
Yes, because, they touched on it in some extended universe stuff.
Yeah, but not a lot. We just know he was a warlord, and his planet was raged by war, and he nearly won the war, and then I'm not really sure what the canon explanation for him becoming Grievous is. I think they decided that he willingly became a cyborg. Yeah. But I think a movie about him would be really cool.
Yeah, it would. I
think it would be really cool. You got any that you'd like to see?
Obviously, they're never going to do it, but I'd love to see a Yoda one.
Yeah, they're never going to touch Yoda. Mace Windu would be cool.
Mace Windu would be really cool, especially with the star power that Samuel L. Jackson has.
They're not going to do it now, though, because they're doing the comic about his early years. Yeah, unless they did one showing he survived that fall, because Samuel L. Jackson thinks he survived the fall.
Yeah. And honestly, we've seen Jedi survive falls.
Much farther.
Yeah.
How far did Anakin fall in Episode 2?
How did Darth Maul survive getting cut in half and falling?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
his anger? Stupid explanation is that?
He's a therapist.
Yeah. He needs some Ritalin or some weed or something.
So, since we're talking about anger, why don't you, sir, take the floor and talk to us about a very special, delicious, edible cleaning element?
Okay, so let me lower the mood here a little bit, and let's get into a little subject that I like to call ranting and rolling. Alright, because this subject is just so fucking stupid that I feel like I have to touch base on this a little bit and just get this off my chest. There's this new, what would you call it? Challenge?
Fad, trend, I'm not really sure.
Internet sensation, whatever. It is the stupidest fucking thing ever, and I'm talking, this blows fidget spinners out of the water. Kids, for some God knows why reason, are eating Tide Pods. And yes, you heard that correctly, Tide Pods. Those little fucking things that you throw into the washer to get your clothes clean that's full of laundry detergent. People are putting them in their mouths, people. Why?
They're not just putting them in their mouths, they're vaping them and hitting them on bongs, too.
What? Why?
I mean, I guess it cleans your bong, but...
I'm sorry. I was one of those kids that if I swore when I was a kid, my mom put soap in my mouth. I don't want to willingly do that. And who was the first person to discover this?
Yeah, whoever decided this was a good idea.
Yeah. Did they not